Morning, my name is Ray.wmv. I'm a mentor and you may see me around. Who here is rep with me? Yeah, you did that. Oh, so great. Those of you who I've repped with, generally speaking, have done a really good job. Mainly that's because you do a lot of the older kids and
there's something available from you.
However, I do enjoy repping with the younger reps as well. Our goal as mentors is to not only prepare you for what you're going to experience on the field, but also hopefully talk with you and put you in an environment where you're going to grow personally. Let me talk a little bit about that. Who here, this is the first job besides mowing grass or shoveling snow or whatever? Okay? Great. I will tell you right now, this is one of the hardest jobs you can have as a first job in your life experience. My first job, I was a baseball umpire. Okay? It's a lot like this, only dirtier. Okay? It's a really tough job. Most of you are not going to be asked to deal with some of the people you have to deal with. Know the number of rules and laws that are required to perform. None of you are usually going to be assessed, graded, or judged in front of several hundred people. That usually does not become till later in life. Okay? So there's a lot of stuff for you to learn. It's a very valuable experience that you're going to have as a referee. There are advantages to being a referee. Number one is you don't have to make change. If you want to learn how to make change, there are a lot of other jobs that can do that. As you progress through life, what you want to do is get away from jobs that require you to make change. The skills you will learn in dealing with people, communicating, following the rules, performing under pressure are the kinds of jobs that you want to have when you get older. Not making change. Okay? Not getting the hamburger order right. So I started out as an umpire, and it's a lot like what I'm doing now as a referee. It was a huge learning experience. Okay? When you walk away from a game, reflect upon the job that you did, so you can make your next experience as a referee superior to your last experience as a referee. Now, I make mistakes all the time, okay? And you will make mistakes. Most of you will not have jobs that are going to make mistakes that are not correctable. Unless you kill somebody, you know. You generally, and I say that at work, and people get overreacted. Oh God, I made a mistake. I said, did you kill anybody? I go, no, I didn't kill anybody. Okay, well, then we can correct it probably. Okay? It's the same thing with wherever. You're not going to kill anybody. You're going to make mistakes, and that's cool. Try not to make them a second time, okay? What I try to do as a referee is learn a little bit out of every game that I play. You can take 5 tests in a row, know the answer to the question, get out in the field under pressure, and then exactly what will happen, which you knew down cold on the test. Guess what? You're on the field and you don't look cold. It happens. You make it wrong, you'll probably have an experience that you will remember to say, I won't make that mistake again. I've done that before too. Make a giant mistake and go, oh my gosh, you know, I guess I'll never make that mistake again, because it's indelibly etched in my memory the fact that I'm not a very good call, or not a very good interpretation of the laws. So as you get older, you're going to grow through this, and a lot of stuff you're going to reflect on, like I do now, is reflect back on my days as an umpire. Okay? I go back and I say, yeah, I remember learning that. I remember how to deal with difficult people. I remember about having to operate on the fly and make judgment calls and try to keep the most people happy. I mean, I was doing an indoor game last week and I made a mistake. It was actually kind of a large mistake. You know why? I would never miss that question on a test, ever. But under the pressure of the moment, with a large adult man yelling at you, you can make mistakes. I made a mistake. Luckily, I corrected it. So remember, as you go through life, there's going to be a lot of lessons you're going to learn, a lot of important skills you're going to learn as a referee. They're applicable to what you're going to do later in life. Make sure that is reflected on your resume. When you do your first, who here has prepared a resume before? Okay. When you do your resume, people don't want to know PSA, soccer referee, Plano Sports Authority. That's not enough. Tell them in the description under that job what you learned. You know, interpretation of complex rules, decisions made under pressure on the fly, dealing with difficult people, educating children about the rules of soccer. All that kind of stuff. That's what an employer wants to hear, not that you were a referee. Some of them may have kids who played in PSA or played soccer. That's great. If they find you're a referee, they might not like it too much, okay? I was going to say all referees are terrible, but most of you, of course, are not terrible. Most of you are absolutely fantastic. So make sure that when you put it on your resume, not to say I'm a referee, Plano Sports Authority, tell people what you learned, what you did. Because when you list out what you learned and what you did in your role as a PSA referee, future employers will look at that and say, this person is very mature, and I understand as a soccer referee the difficult calls they have to make, the difficult situations they made. And guess what? They did this for 2 years. There's no way in the world I could do that for 2 years. So it's a good thing. Make sure that you accentuate what you're learning from the referee experience or the resume. There's another job in my life that I learned a lot from too, and that was a Sears repairman when I was in college. But it was so what we hopefully do is teach you just a little bit more, and the job will teach you a little bit more than whether it's a direct kick or an indirect kick. Or, you know, you both feet have to be behind the line of throw and you both feet have to be down. What hopefully you'll take out of this is how to lead a crew of people who are responsible for a game that's extremely important, at least to the parents on the side of the field. Also, you learn how to deal with difficult situations and communicate clearly. Follow the rules. Little things like show up with your uniform complete, show up on time. Okay? So this is much more than the first job that most people have. So use that to your advantage. Do any of you have any questions? Thank you.